If you're interested in what I've learned in the first few months of my career as a programmer, then this video is for you. I want to share 10 things that I've learned so far, so let's get right to it. Hey, I'm Joey, and now, the Improvement Geek. As I mentioned before, I'm a full-time software engineer at Cox Automotive in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're new to the channel and you didn't know that, I'm also a psychology nerd and an improvement geek that makes science-based videos about self-improvement, book reviews, and much more. I upload new videos every Saturday, so go ahead and subscribe to make sure you catch them all. Now that you've learned a little about me, let's dive into what I've learned with number 1. College is nothing like the real world. I graduated from Georgia Tech back in December, and though I'll always be a proud Yellow Jacket at heart, my 2 summer internships and my current job so far have been way easier and way more fun. It's really nice getting paid to do work rather than paying out of state to do work. Plus, it's a great feeling to actually have my nights and my weekends to myself rather than having to worry about some homework or exam or group project. One good thing that I will say about college was it had a definite goal, which was graduation. But now that I've achieved that, I've been trying to figure out what the next goal to pursue is going to be. Of course, that can be kind of tough because of number 2. Imposter syndrome is a real thing. If you're not familiar with the term imposter syndrome, essentially it means that you feel like everyone around you is way smarter than you are, and you're going to get found out and fired at any minute. Of course, the truth is, it's not really like that at all. Yeah, the people that you work with may know a lot more than you do, but that's because of all the experience that they have that you don't have yet. So be confident in your potential, and the experience and the knowledge will come. Also, keep in mind that you were hired for the job because the interviewers knew that you were the right person for the job. I'll do a video about imposter syndrome soon because I just recently went through it and I learned a few good ways to get over it. Until then, something that really helps shoo away the imposter syndrome is number 3. A positive mindset makes a huge difference. Let's be honest, things aren't always going to be perfect at work. Things might be going slow, the card that you're working on might suck, or somebody from another team might be being slow to get you something that you need. However, being negative is just going to make things more unpleasant for you and the people that are working with you, because negativity really is contagious. Try to go with the flow if you can. Now, I'm not saying not to talk about problems as they come up, but if you've already voiced your concerns and nothing can be done at the moment, then try to make the best of things. A little bit of positivity can really help out yourself and the people you work with because of number 4. A little goes a long way. Being positive, taking initiative, and random acts of kindness really make you stand out. For example, a couple months ago, I made this logo for my team, P13N. It took me about 5 minutes to make in Photoshop, but it made a big impression on several people and it's still talked about week after week. Take the time to get to know and keep up with the people that you work with. For example, if one of your teammates mentions that their kid has a big baseball game some night, then the next time that you see them, ask how it went. Showing that you care like that can really make a big difference. Now I know, people can be hard for us engineers to communicate with, but we should really work at that because of number 5. People skills matter. From my own personal experience and the experience that I've heard other professionals talk about, being able to collaborate and communicate effectively with other people is the most important skill that you can have in your career. Make an effort to explain things as quickly and clearly as you can, but also try to be aware of your audience, your situation, and your time. For example, if you're talking to another developer about your project, then you can probably go a little bit more in depth. But if you're talking to a business person, it's probably a good idea to keep it a little more high level. Also, really be aware of your time, as I recently learned a couple weeks ago. For example, if you're in a daily 15-minute stand-up, you don't need to spend 5 minutes going off on some tangent about your card when you could really just sum it up with, I'm working on it and there are no blockers right now. This one here is critical. Have the courage to speak up and ask questions even if you think they may be stupid. Think about it. Isn't it better to just go ahead and ask that question and get the information that you need rather than not getting the information and being left wondering or not fully aware? Besides, you've probably heard before that if you have the question, then someone else in the room probably does as well. Having these good people skills will help you with number 6. Build your brand and your network. Always be on the lookout for new people, groups, and events. Try out new things and socialize. Ask people to lunch or ask people to introduce you to other people. Again, a little effort and initiative can really make a big impression. For example, a couple weeks ago I went to a workshop event at my office, and then a couple days later I made a video detailing my experience and what I learned. I then sent that video to the people that were responsible for putting on the event, and not only did it make a great impression, it's already led to several great new connections. When it comes to building your personal brand, it's never too early to start. If you haven't yet, take a little bit of time to figure out what you want that brand to be and what you want to be known for. But remember, be authentic and be consistent with the values that you have. Don't try to fake it until you make it or something like that, because people can see right through that, and the connections that you make aren't going to be meaningful for either side. Now that I've got you thinking about yourself a little bit, let's move on to number 7. Make time for yourself. Please don't forget to take care of yourself. When you have a busy day, it's really easy to forget to eat, drink, and take breaks. Note that by eat and drink, I don't mean binging on your team's snacks, going and getting takeout, and guzzling coffee and soda all day long. Take a bit of time to do some meal prep and bring in some healthy food to work with you, and keep some ice water at your desk as well. Your mind, body, and wallet will feel much better if you do this, trust me. Find a place at or near your workplace where you can go to chill and give your mind a break for a while. For example, I found this beautiful spot with a fountain right outside of my office where I go whenever I feel stressed or need a little bit of time to think. There's only 24 hours in every day, so number 8 is be mindful of your time. Don't go to every meeting if you don't need to. Now, I want to learn everything that I can, and I want to be involved in everything that my team is doing, but I recently figured out that there are some meetings I just don't need to go to. Also, context switching can absolutely murder productivity, and you may have some days where you don't get any work done because you've been in meetings all day. If you really need to focus in and get something done, try giving yourself some distraction-free time by putting your phone away, turning your computer notifications off, and putting some headphones on with some calm music. You're really going to need to do this because of number 9. There's a lot to know. Do you think my team takes our new projects and just throws them out the door as soon as they start working? No, man, there is testing, there's different environments, there's pipelines, there's code reviews, there's source control, there's documentation that no one ever seems to read. Anyway, my point is that there's a lot to know in this industry and it moves really fast. So number 10 is keep learning. Constantly challenge yourself to grow and learn as much as you can. Also, find the way of learning that suits you best. For me, I like to try something and struggle with it on my own for a while, and if I happen to get to a place where Google and Stack Overflow aren't helping anymore, then I'll speak up and ask one of my teammates for help. Don't let yourself get stuck in the beginner trap of guides and tutorials. Actual experience and knowledge is going to come through doing actual work, or at least projects that you don't have your hand held through every step of the way. Also, don't coast even if you can. Those years of experience that you may have one day aren't going to mean anything if they're years of doing minimal effort rather than years of actually trying. If you really want to keep learning, then this channel is a great place to do so. I upload new videos every Saturday, so make sure you catch them by subscribing. Also, if you'd like to see that workshop video I was talking about, then check it out right here. Or if you have a career goal that you need a little help defining or planning out, then check out my video about defining goals right here. I'll see you in the next one.